dryuary or dry January, and I'm going to whip up some fabulous mocktails for you. So give me a sec while I go around to the other side of the bar. Now, hopefully, you are post holiday season and enjoying this amazing time of year. Hopefully, you have all your holiday decorations put away, and perhaps you've even made some New Year's resolutions, set some goals and intentions. And it's quite possible that some of that includes a little rerouting of alcohol in your life. Now, I don't remember how many years ago, but dryuary, also known as dry January, started in the UK. And if you've ever been to the UK, you know they're a very heavy drinking population, as we are in the US, as is Canada, Australia, and many other countries around the world, but certainly not all. And I became aware of it in January of 2020, right before the thing that shall remain nameless. So I signed up to do my first dryuary in January of 2020. I made it all of a whopping 10 days before I fell off the wagon for 4 days. And I started to beat myself up for that. And then I decided, hey, you know what I'm going to do? Instead of looking at the 4 days and focusing on that, I'm going to focus on the 27 days that I made it all the way through. And then I picked up the next year and I've done it every year since. So, what I've come up with are some fun ideas for you and me to enjoy dryuary or alcohol-free April or dry July or sober October, or any time that you just truly decide that you need a little reset. You want to detox your body, you want to detox your brain, you want to be more productive, and you just want to, like I call it from the aviation world, reroute your relationship with alcohol. And I actually have a free email series to take you through this if you go to throttlebackthebottle.com. Throttlebackthebottle.com. Just drop your email in there and you'll get my series on 30 steps that you can take over the next 30 days to do this. Now, I realize we're already into January when we're doing this. We're halfway through the month. But again, kind of like me, when I focused not so much on the 4 days that I fell off the wagon, but focused on the 27 days that I did great. And then that helped me reset from there. So that's what that is all about. Okay, so I have some notes here. There's a couple of different options, and my goal is to have fun no matter what. If you've ever heard me before talk about my 5 favorite F words, fun is one of them that's in there. And I always say, if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. So there's no reason to have a dull, drab, deprived January or any time if you're used to alcohol being part of your normal equation. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about many of the alcohol-free brands that are out there now. This is Free Spirits. It's alcohol-free. It's a gin. They make a whole series of other, not just gin, they have vodka, tequila, bourbon. This is empty, but this was a red blend. This is Frey, F-R-E, alcohol removed wine, as it's called. And then I have a Sauvignon Blanc here. I'm a Sauvignon Blanc girl typically. This is another one that we went through, which is Proxy's Crisp and Zesty White, a wine. And then, of course, I have a champagne bee-free white sparkling wine, which you can certainly enjoy your mimosas if you choose to. Now, these are the alcohol-free brands that are actually more inspired to feel like an alcoholic drink. There's also this Juniper Fly, which is gin and tonic, but it's alcohol-free. And there's a whole series of alcohol-free pre-mixed drinks that you can purchase. Now, I'm going to tell you honestly, for me, I'm not a huge fan of these. I learned a long time ago that, no kidding, I'm just being honest here, I like the dopamine hit. I like that hit in my brain that alcohol gives me, like that kind of low under, as we call it. And I also like not having it as well. So for me, I have learned to find other options that please me, and I'm going to go through that. We also, of course, have O'Doul's, one of the very first alcohol-free beers that were out there. So you can certainly find any of these. Dream. I don't think it did, although I can't see my camera anymore. Well, it says we're still streaming, so we're going to hope that we are. And if not, we'll circle back around and do it again. All right, so what I wanted to do is just share with you some different alternatives. So again, I purchased these at Total Wine. All of these are available there. You can order them online. You can find almost all of this in your regular grocery store these days as well. So I'm going to tell you that my absolute favorite go-to these days is a bergamot, organic bergamot. You can order these from Amazon. They're not cheap. These are about $4 a piece, but I use half a shot, and it's kind of funny. It's like the whole sunken cost thing. When I really stop and think about it, I actually would spend more than that on a cocktail out. So it's kind of like how we rationalize things in our minds. So I love these little organic bergamot shots. I order them from Amazon, and I simply will mix these with coconut water, an organic coconut water. You can make actually a mojito. This is usually a mule cup, but it's also what I do my mojitos in. You can simply muddle up some fresh mint. You're going to do your bergamot shot, your coconut water, a little bit of honey. And by the way, all of these recipes will be over on my blog. You can just go to recipes.lowertoxiclife.com and you will see those. I fresh squeeze some lime. Okay, fresh squeeze some lime. And I am good to go. I put that over ice, and it is fabulous. I also sometimes will fresh squeeze a grapefruit and put in there with it, or I will fresh squeeze an orange and do the exact same thing. Now, you can also do Bloody Marys. I have my little olives out here for New Year's Day. I had a brunch. I had a beautiful Bloody Mary bar, which I'm getting that video edited. Use all your same stuff. I did a homemade Bloody Mary mix, so you can have a virgin one. Even if you leave out any of the alcohol, you can still make these taste extremely good. And as you acclimate into and get used to it, you're just going to feel like it's, the standard thing. Lots of seltzer waters. I love the Spindrift sparkling water with the grapefruit. That's the one that I prefer. I happen to be a grapefruit girl. If you shop at Trader Joe's, there's all kinds of sparkling coconut waters, different things that you can buy. Ginger beer, of course, is non-alcoholic, and that's what you can use to make your Moscow mules. So you certainly want to do that. And then, just a standard pomegranate juice or cranberry juice or anything like that. Certainly with the non-alcoholics, you can set yourself up to still have a fabulous time. Now, I am truly all about the experience, so I love using my beautiful barware regardless, okay? So if you're making a margarita, serve it up in a margarita glass. Here's a fancier one. I mentioned the Moscow Mule, or you can do like I do. I happen to make my mojitos in that. Certainly, champagne for your mimosas, or anything fun like that. Just make sure that you are utilizing the experience the best that you can. And then the final mocktail that I wanted to share with you today is my espresso martini. Now, I actually drizzled chocolate into my martini glass, and I pre-mixed this, which is simply espresso or strong coffee or decaf coffee, depending on how you want to do it, right? Mixed with heavy cream. I happen to use full fat coconut cream. And then you can put anything else into it that you want. I put stevia in mine. A lot of people use simple syrup, but you're just simply going to pour it into your martini glass that's beautifully drizzled with the chocolate. The chocolate is simply an 80% cacao dark chocolate that I buy at Sprouts, mixed with a little bit of coconut oil, and it is fabulous. I don't feel like I'm missing a darn thing except a hangover possibly the next day and lower productivity. So that's the espresso martini. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here that I wanted to go through with you in terms of mocktails. If you have a favorite that you like to do, please drop it in the comments. As I mentioned, you can go to recipes.lowertoxiclife.com and you will find all of these recipes. You can just type mocktails in the search engine. And I know for me, sometimes just a little hint of Pellegrino right there in my champagne glass, a little bit of the bubbly, so that I can have the experience of the bubbles as well. And I say cheers and Happy New Year. Fabulous. And again, it raises my productivity. I don't have the hangover. I still have a fabulous time. Because I love to use my barware and all my cocktail glasses and all of that, it still feels absolutely fabulous. So again, go to recipes.lowertoxiclife.com. You can grab many of these recipes. I add to that regularly. Also, you can grab my guide over at lowertoxiclife.com that gives you recipes, how to read labels, how to shop. I do these YouTube lives about every week. I missed the last 2 weeks. I missed New Year's Eve, and then I missed last week. I was traveling. But my plan is to do these every Tuesday, and I would love to have you join me. If you have something specific that you would like to experience, let me know. And just to kind of recap, this is not necessarily about giving up alcohol forever. It's just about resetting for the month of January or whatever month you decide you want to do this. You can go to throttlebackthebottle.com and grab my free guide on how to reroute your relationship with alcohol. Maybe you're like me, you want to stop doing so much mindless drinking and be more of an intentional drinker. I'm Jackie Elmer. Thanks for joining me, and I'm going to come back around and shut off the live stream. I will see you on the next show.